The Triple M Grill Team.
Turn Gus, MG and Matty on 6 till 9 weekdays.
Well, with the sad news yesterday on the death of the great Robin Williams, there's been a lot of talk about depression, the black dog, how it affects very creative people, how possibly it affects people when they are overworked. So we thought we'd bring in psychologist Julie Cabtree from zebracollective.com to talk more about that, Matty.
Yes, and she joins us right now. Hey, Julie, how you doing?
Good. Hi, guys. How are you going?
Good,
thank you.
Not
Thanks,
too bad, Julie. Look, on Robin Williams, everybody's talking about it at the moment, and I suppose it's the link between brilliantly creative people and depression. What can you tell us about it?
Well, researchers have known this for some time, that there is a really clear link. And creative people have got increased suicide, increased substance abuse. And we actually understand a little bit more that creative people feel things very, very deeply, and they're even more attuned to feeling negative emotions more deeply. So they are very, very vulnerable to, I guess, not just the highs, as Robin Williams was, but the lows, that incredible black, distorted thinking where they feel worthless, useless, and just retreat from the world. So our creative people are very vulnerable to this.
Julie, is it a case of sometimes what goes up must come down? Because I remember watching him, they had a clip of Robin Williams on Kerry Ann Kenley a number of years ago, and he bounced out and he was dancing around and he was serenading Kerry Ann, and he literally did almost 15 minutes of just stand-up, didn't draw breath. I mean, can we assume that then after that he walks away and basically goes and lays in the fetal position?
Yes, I mean, there are those rhythms of highs and lows. To tell a creative person to be normal it just doesn't make sense of them, because they just have these incredible tides of high and low. And what you used to see with Robin Williams was this unbelievable, what we call divergent thinking, rapid, fluid thinking, able to make unique associations. And he was amazing at it. But that kind of thinking takes a toll. And you're right, when you're up, you've got to come down. And unfortunately for creative people, sometimes the downs are very low.
Jules, Robin Williams is going to have 4 movies come out this year. Can you link depression with just overwork or being overtired?
Yes, I think so, because I talked about divergent thinking. That means that they're thinking faster. Mm-hmm. They're making more associations. And they have another thing, which is reduced filtering. They're taking in a lot more sensory information. So if you think about their brains are in overdrive. And you put a lot of work onto that, and suddenly you're going very overdriven thinking. And where do they go? How do they get mental rest? And this is where some of them have to drink, have to use other substances just to give their mind some rest. And so I think the more he works, the worse it was. Yeah.
Julie, I was watching USA Fox yesterday. They had a rolling commentary of the whole day, basically dedicated the whole channel to Robin Williams. I was interested to see a doctor interviewed on that show said that 95% of depression can be treated, but the doctor didn't really elaborate. Can you explain how, if true, this can be?
Well, I think that we've got some great strategies to help people that are depressed, and the best is medication and psychotherapy, the combination of both. But I think that there are some people that can get so locked up within themselves that even those treatments, and that's a very, very small percentage. Most people can be treated very, very well. And in that moment of depression, it's like there's a distortion of reality. In that moment of depression for Robin Williams, he would have thought that he was alone, he was worthless, he was of no value. And that was not true in the least. But in that moment, they believe that's true. So
so sad.
It's incredibly sad.
Yeah, Julie, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good on you, Julie.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
You can get Julie from zebracollective.com.
Feel a bit down now.
Yeah, it's It's a bit. It
Pulls a bit out here.
It sure
do you
does. It's very, very sad.
notice that we have? I was going to ask Julie that the depression is one of them things that is high on everyone's agenda these days, isn't it? It seems to be prominent.
Oh, mate, we have more male suicide in Australia per capita than any other country in the world. And people say, the people that are most up are normally the ones making everyone laugh. Well, they're also the most lonely because smiling and laughing is also a great disguise for people. So just be careful. And as we say, 13, 11, 14, if you need to talk to someone, please do.
But, Matty, how important is it as you get older? I'm nearly 50. Get up every day. Go to the bloody gym. Honestly, it's so important.
Get the endorphins going, baby.
Yeah.
Do you know what? There was a bloke, and you're right when you say that exercise is just so important. And, when you talk about things that they need to do to quieten the mind, and you heard, Julie said that really well, an overactive mind, you need things to quieten it. And for some people, that's drugs and alcohol. That's why, Robin Williams battled with that. And for other people, one thing that can quieten the mind is get out there and work hard and train hard. And that does the same thing. I had a mate who passed away a number of years ago, and his last words to me before he died, he said, "Don't stop training."
Yeah. Fair enough, yes.
Good advice.
The Grill Team, Gus, MG and Matty Johns. Triple M Breakfast.